And once again, good morning and Merry Christmas. No preamble. We're just going to go ahead and get right into it. Cosme link at the top. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is from, I want to say, 1964. But I remember we had a pretty bad winter in 1979. So I figured that Rudolph was on high alert that year. Welcome, Lady Miss. Merry Christmas. And Merry Christmas, Connie Cleary. Again. Burl Ives. I was watching a video about how they took Rudolph and they kind of redid the entire thing. They literally remade it almost scene for scene. They built new sets, new puppets for and did all of the stop motion animation in the same aspect ratio and everything. The reason they were doing it was because they were turning Rudolph into a 3D experience. And apparently it was very well received. And I mean, a lot of work, I guess, went into it. And as I was watching them do the stop motion, I realized I basically know how stop motion animation works, but some of the details, like him moving through the snow and pushing the snow aside, all the movement of that snow needs to be done too. No, I'm connecting all the streams. They'll go one to the other to the other. They'll bring you right along, CK. Comet and Cupid and Donder and Blitzen. Had a very shiny nose. Rankin and Bass. Thing about Rankin and Bass is they basically created a whole shared universe long before Marvel started doing their films. Rudolph's underway. Exposition. Let's see. Rewatch. Santa Claus is coming to town. Save. There we go. I'm still setting up streams for, I'm working on the next one right now. King of Jingling. Doop-a-doop, doop, doop. Bye-bye. Eccentricity. Oh, nonconformity. That's what it was. Yeah, he's brutal. I have a talent for causing things pain. I quit. Thank you. One thing they don't point out is the fact that when he covers his nose, yeah, he looks normal, but he's got a big nose. The other thing I never realized until I saw that video I was talking about, the puppet for Rudolph was only about 3 inches high. And I mean, yeah, you'd expect him to be small, but never really thought about it.
That they don't like Rudolph because of his shiny nose means that they don't like people who are different.
That's true.
They have problems with people with what they consider to be handicaps until they need him.
Right. But that's exactly what you're doing. You are bragging. Oh, thank you. Like I said, didn't have a chance to wrap it.
That's fine.
And I'm still going. Yeah, that was pretty rude, Santa. You notice how his voice changes? Because that's not the voice he started out with. You'll never fit in. They're deer, female deer. Thanks. Right? Right. My job is to make buckshot. I mean, now in fairness, Fireball is the one that gets him out of his shell to go talk to the girl. That's something. He sounds stuffed up. Hello, Clarice. Boom. Now, in fairness, this should earn him some points. He's done best. I mean, that should not be a deal breaker after how well he flew. He's well ahead of the rest of his class. Aw, she's sweet. Yeah, this is about one of my least favorite songs in this one. I could do without this one. And welcome, Tabletop Junkie Games. Good to see you, my friend. We are, I'd say almost about halfway into Rudolph. Links at the top if you want to watch along with us. He asked who you are, and you told him what you are. If you're independent together, you're not exactly being independent. Interestingly, Rudolph has no clue what a dentist is or what, that means, so it doesn't faze him in the least. Hermey's an elf, so he has no concept of why, the nose would be a problem. So in a way, they're both being misfits really is what, puts them together so well. Misfits. It's interesting you bring up the Misfits. They Super 7 did action figures of them. It does make you wonder, does he, when he gets older, does he learn to control when his nose lights up? He get frostbit that way. Joe's Atmosphere, thank you so much. $2 super chat. The greatest Christmas movie ever. Merry Christmas. Thank you so much, Joe's Atmosphere. Make sure you're subscribed to Joe's Atmosphere. He's wonderful people. I haven't had a chance to see that yet, CK. I will definitely check it out. See, so you're keyed into what I was talking about with the whole shared universe. Did you see Shadiversity did one today? What would be the best medieval weapons for Santa Claus? And it's very clear he's thinking in D&D terms because he's talking about goblins being enemies of elves and going up against Jack Frost and Well, he alludes to Krampus even though he doesn't mention him specifically. Oh, you have Yukon Cornelius as oh, you're saying he is the best. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I do like the bit of lore where you find out that for all the silver and gold he's looking for, what he's really trying to find is a peppermint mine. I love that. He's showing them, and the dogs jump on, like, okay, we'll ride. Oh, so I was right. You did. Oh, you had Krampus as the villain in the RPG. Santa, Mrs. Claus, Frosty. I gotcha. Oh, and Yukon Cornelius. Cool, cool. So I imagine Yukon Cornelius being some sort of a fighter class. Mrs. Claus. Man, I can see this going a number of ways. If you go by the Goldie Hawn version from Christmas Chronicles or the Santa Chronicles or whatever it was, she was like a magic user. She came up with the magic that powered everything. Santa's got to be some kind of a ranger or something like that. Frosty obviously is a snow golem. Now, in fairness, what was he really expecting on an ice floe? Use DC superheroes, so Mrs. Claus had the ability to bake life-size gingerbread men as an army. Wow. Candy cane clubs. Okay, okay. Yeah, I was thinking in terms of D&D. Gotta say, Clarice is pretty headstrong.
For those joining, is there a place where people can look at the list of movies for today, dear?
Unfortunately, no, I haven't gotten that far.
Okay, just asking.
Best I could do is keep an eye on the the channel. I'm posting them as quickly as I can. I usually have at least one video up so that we have something to lead into. Talk about an easily fixed, eccentricity. He could change his name to Jack if he wanted to. But I also think that, let's face it, any kid who got a Charlie in the box would be totally fine with that. They would love the idea that theirs is different from everyone else's. And it's just as fun because it's the same kind of toy. Okay, I don't see the problem there. I think that's cool. The most wonderful day of the year. I mean, and a spotted elephant is a perfect gift for someone who drinks a lot. Actually, I think that's actually quite brilliant. I think there's a lot of boys that would love that. Wow, this is early for Christmas dinner. Where are you? Oh, that's wonderful, CK. You take care. Enjoy dinner. Take care. Of course, it's coming up on 11 o'clock Eastern time. So, yeah, if you're having basically a big lunch, it would be about that time. Nah, to heck with you guys. You don't want us here? We're not going to help you. Sure, he can. If he really applies himself, He could endanger the heck out of them. He grew antlers. Welcome, Charlotte. Good to see you. Merry Christmas. Oh, another one. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Yes, Merry Christmas, Charlotte. I see you now in Cosme. Unmush. Oink, oink. Oh, more food. He's got no teeth. Not like he's not big enough to smash you, though. That Rudolph 3D experience I was telling you about, they did a scene right there where you got to see them fall from the point of view of like Yukon Cornelius, and you got to see the bouncing, which is kind of a spoiler if it's taken in actual context, but the assumption is that everyone that sees it kind of knows the story already. The fact that he had learned to fly before any of the other reindeer in his peer group wasn't enough. But boy, you rescue everyone from the abominable snow monster of the north. Okay, yeah, maybe you got some skills. He wants a job. I mean, in fairness, height is a superpower. And the elves are laughing without having any idea what he's talking about. Huh? Get your ass to work. It's the best time of the year. Doopy doopy doop. Do 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 do. Lynn Green, Merry Christmas. Haven't seen you in a while. So glad that you're here. We're just wrapping up with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, but in a few moments you'll get forwarded to the next one, which is Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Can you send me the link so I can set it up?
They never say what the doll's nonconformity is. I always just assumed it was clinical depression.
I thought she cried jam tears, or was that something else?
No, that was the pistol, that the water
Oh.
pistol that fired jam. God, that would be terrible. You have a doll that cries red tears. And I guess the goth kids would love that. Doop-a-doopy doop. I think that's pretty cool. Doodly doop. All right, folks, stay right where you are. We're heading over to Santa Claus is Coming to Town. See you on the other side.